Hi guys, welcome back to Irene Torok Art. I'm Ren, a full-time artist living with Crohn's disease here in Australia. I hope you're having a great week. This past week I worked on this little piece right here which I called Thick of It. I actually had an idea for quite a large scale piece which is a little bit similar to this that I sort of put on the back burner, and I thought instead I'll work on this little stall piece for this week, which turned out okay. It was pretty straightforward. Didn't take a lot of work at all, but yeah, that's what I've been working on. I've had a good couple of weeks. My Crohn's is still much the same. I had my Stelara injections doubled, which is my immune suppressant that I'm on for the Crohn's, and I'm being vaccinated over a course of 2 months for shingles so that I can start a new biologic medication for my Crohn's called Rainforest. So I'm looking forward to that, hopefully making a change to my Crohn's and improving things a little bit more. Otherwise, I had some catch-ups. I had a dinner over at a friend's place, had some random things going on that I didn't film. But things that I did film was a get-together at Mum's house once again. We got together as we usually do, spent nearly the whole day together, having lunch, talking, drinking, which was great. And then Jazz and I headed home and cooked some dinner rather, together. So that was a good day. Also with Jazz and Jay, we headed down to Lawn for another hike to Swallow Caves and Falls, which was absolutely beautiful. It was a gorgeous spring day, such a great day for a hike, so absolutely loved that. And then something not so much, a fun activity, but something that was necessary. Besides my deep cleans, I do quite a bit of spring cleaning through spring, so I did a little bit of that this week that I filmed a little bit of. And then food-wise, I thought I'd include a really simple steak dinner this week, which I had sort of as a midweek meal. We quite often have steak with various accompaniments, and yeah, I just made some steak and Hasselback potatoes, as you'll see later on in the video. But yeah, to start off with the footage that I have, my week started out with clearing down the painting area as I usually have to do, and then also edging and signing the piece that I was commissioned to paint for my sister. So I got that done to begin with. Then getting the painting started was really straightforward, just blocking in some colour as I usually do of just the foliage and the ground basically. This is the worst bit about painting, washing the brushes, but it's got to be done. as I said earlier, we got together at Mum's place for another lunch. Some great conversation and drinks and eating together and enjoying the day together. And I also handed over my sister's commissioned painting, which she absolutely loved. And yeah, it was just a great day had by all. Whiskey, vodka,
Max nem hiszem, hogy nagyon finnyás lesz.
No, nothing.
Hogy milyen
Come on.
Rosie didn't.
Juice them in a neutral area, not in an area where
It's his territory.
yeah.
It's okay.
But it's a girl. A girl's not territorial, Andy.
I'm saying it's just the best way.
Yeah, no, it's going to be okay. Look, he's fine. I told you he's going to be fine.
You're a friend.
You got a new friend, Maxie? Got a new friend?
Close back. A másik ajtó. That's all right. All right, Sisi. Ja, menne a Susi. Mert mi kutyáztunk. Te ízelsz? Ezt is akarod. Itt van friss citrom, mire Zsuzsi akasz. Ott van a szemed előtt. Az ki van bontva, a másik nincs.
Az a legfontosabb.
Cheese. Na, cheese.
Soha nem törlöm. A Zsuzsi pusziját soha nem törlöm. Cheers, Tiny. Happy birthday to who this time?
Barus.
Barus. Happy birthday, Barus.
Zsuzsi mondta neki.
Ja, nem. Te rád soha nem haragszik meg.
Hát tudja, hogy nem rossz indulat.
Nem, ja. Csak a kaját akarom.
Max is happy.
Ja, nyugodtan szedjed.
Sisi,
Tudod, meghagyjuk.
you love to play with keverd még bele. Én nem félek, hogy elfogy, mert engem nem igazán érdekel.
Engem se. Üsz meg a lemonádé legfölül.
Yes. És miért ütöttök tegnap? Jó, csak úgy?
Csak úgy. Mert hétvége van. Ja.
Te mi tettem?
Hát mi beszéltünk ma.
And then after a full day of sort of eating, drinking and being together and relaxing, headed home and cooked some dinner with Jazz, as her and I have been doing so much of lately. She's been doing so much cooking with me, which is fantastic. Yeah, once again, it's the fruit Mexicano.
Can you do the...
Yeah, because now it's going to
Yeah.
be more slippery.
Yeah. That's right, I did 3 out of 4.
You did.
And I was originally only supposed to do 3.
Yeah.
So,
You did amazing. There you go.
that's my old one going on.
Yeah. I know, it's so annoying.
It doesn't help with the steamers coming through.
Yeah, exactly. Right in the middle. Should have probably made something. I mean, there is a serve there if you want to reheat it tomorrow night when we're at Jamie's. Then next on the painting, it was time to add in the background trees, their trunks, their branches and their foliage, and most of that is kind of hidden in the piece later on, but yeah, it's just a good foundation for the piece. We're finally getting some gorgeous spring weather, so Jazz, Jay and I made the most of it and headed out for yet another hike, which I love to do. We headed down Lawn Way, out to Swallow Caves and Falls. We were actually going to do a bigger hike, but this one was 8 k's there and back, and a lot of it was uphill, so it was more than enough for us for the day. And it was just a lovely quiet day down there. We ended up having a picnic down there, as Jazz and I used to do quite often when she was younger. So yeah, it was an absolutely beautiful day together. How are your legs feeling? You ready for a climb?
No.
Are you ready, Jazz?
Yeah.
Too bumpy.
Oh, there's a massive hole. Are you waiting for Jazz?
Yeah, of course.
Sorry.
Yep.
This is the easy bit. Beautiful, isn't it? If you stand up here, you can get a better picture of the... Do you remember we climbed down when we came? Jason and I climbed down there. All the way down to the bottom, yep. We climbed down there when we stayed in Lawn 3 years ago. Oh, this is very, very steep.
We'll just have to sit for a while.
Yeah, we'll sit and eat lunch.
Well, yeah, I'll be sitting.
Beautiful. Where are we going to have the picnic? In the cave?
Yeah.
It's a nice view to be eating lunch here. My legs were definitely feeling all the running that I've been doing and all the exercise I've been doing, but I love a hike any day, so this was no exception. I absolutely loved being down there. And then back home, it was time to work on the mid-ground trees, their trunks, branches, their foliage, and a little bit of the groundwork. Been doing a bit of spring cleaning over at my mum's place, just things she can't do, like scrubbing the ceiling in the bathroom and cleaning her windows and things like that, which I help with. And it's made me do some of my own spring cleaning, which I like to do this time of year anyway. And I do one deep clean a week, and then I designate a day to get a few other things done. And this week that happened to be the fridge, which needed a scrub out because it's been a couple months since I last scrubbed it out. And yeah, the food pantry needed a bit of a wipe out and a bit of organisation. So yeah, got that done. Even though I've done my deep clean for the week, it's time to clean the fridge, freezer and a couple of the cabinets. This is what we're working with, a freezer, which is so unorganised, and the fridge, which needs a good scrub out. There's some spillage down the bottom, that's disgusting. I've got to pull the veggie tray out and clean it out and just clean all the shelves down and everything. That one doesn't really need any work. It's clean in there, doesn't need a wipe out. So we're going to leave the main pantry. But this is so unorganised. It really needs to all be pulled out, sprayed and wiped down, and all the rice and pastas and everything and canned goods organised. So that side, and then this side, which is partly my medicine box, thanks Crohn's, there's a million medicines there, but also I keep my breads and spreads and stuff on the other side. I'm just going to tidy that up and give it a wipe out. Down the bottom I've just got some spare bags, potatoes, onions, garlic, that lives there, so I'll just tidy that up a little bit and spray it out and clean it out, and that'll be it. That's a bit better. All right, cabinets next. That's a bit more organised. Much better, isn't it, Cinnamon? Hey? Yeah. And last but not least, that's nice and organised now. And that cupboard's fine as is. It's pretty much decluttered. I use everything in there already. It's not fun to have to do, but once it's done, it's such a good feeling. It's all nice and clean and decluttered. And then on the painting, it was time to add in the foreground trees, a little bit of their foliage, a little bit more darks on the ground, and yeah, it sort of frames the piece, I think. Like, it's alright, but it's, yeah, meh.
Fuck, it's good. What are you talking about?
Thanks.
Jesus.
You like it?
Yeah.
Yeah? Finishing touches tomorrow. One meal that we quite regularly have is steak, and once again this week we had a steak night, and we have it with various accompaniments, but this week it happened to be Hasselback potatoes, asparagus and red wine stew, which is absolutely beautiful. I love red wine stew with a good steak. We love our eye fillet or filet mignon, and love our steak nights, so that was quite enjoyable. So for steak night, we're using eye fillet or filet mignon. We're going to cross that in salt and pepper, and then once it's cooked to our desired doneness on either side, we're going to baste it in some garlic butter and then lift the steaks out. We're going to deglaze with some nice red wine, and we're going to add some beef stock also. And then once that reduces down a little bit in that garlic buttery goodness, we're going to add a little bit of cornflour slurry, which isn't the done thing with stew, but we're doing it today anyway because it's quick and easy. But before we do all that steak stuff, we're going to have to get the potatoes on. So we're using 1 large potato per person. We're going to peel that. We're going to add some slices of tomato and red onion and basil in Hasselback potatoes, nice slices, with some garlic butter also basted in the air fryer. Once that's going, we'll get the steak on, and then we just got to blanch our asparagus for a couple minutes to go on the side of the steak, and that'll be it. We're going to get our potatoes on. We've got some salt and pepper ready to go. We're going to slice them 3/4 of the way down. It helps to put a wooden spoon down if you're worried about going too far. And we're going to add the tomato, onion and basil. Going to add some tomato, some red onion and some basil to every single slice. And in the air fryer we go. And in the air fryer they go for about 20 to 25 minutes depending on how they are going to look. There we go. Now we'll get the steak going. Once the potatoes have been on for a few minutes, we're going to get our salt and pepper crusted steaks on. Thinner one for Jay, he has it more well done than me. Thicker one for me, into a very hot pan. Cook to your desired lightness. Basically your desired doneness. We're going to go in with some garlic butter. And we're going to baste the steak for a couple minutes in the garlic butter and then remove it. I'm going to deglaze the pan with some wine. And go in with some good quality beef stock. And we're going to reduce that down a little bit, and in the meantime we've got some water on for our asparagus so they can be blanched for a couple of minutes just before the potatoes are ready. Once it's reduced down for a few minutes, you want to add your cornflour slurry and just cook that out and make it into a nice sauce. Your asparagus. And our Hasselback potatoes. On with our stew. And enjoy. So with the Hasselback potatoes, you might want to insert a sharp knife like right in the center bottom of the potato and see that it inserts quite easily, that it's soft and cooked through, because the base can stay quite hard for quite long. But yeah, a good red wine stew is absolutely delicious, and even though corn flour isn't a necessity usually to add to it. This is just a really simple thing to throw together, and it's absolutely delicious, so give it a try. But then it was time to finish the painting this morning, and it really didn't need a lot. Like I said, this is a really straightforward piece. I didn't spend a lot of time on each layer, half hour, 45 minutes if that. And the last layer was like 10 minutes of just adding a little bit of light, a little bit of detail to the actual trunks, just to bring them to life a little bit more. And yeah, that was about it for this one. In the next week coming up is Jasmine's 21st birthday, which we've been doing a lot of planning for and things, so it's going to be quite a big weekend. And I've got a little bit going on, so I'm not sure what I'll be painting next. I'm sure I'll work on something more smaller or medium scale again, just because I won't have a lot of time on my hands. But as far as this week, that's all the footage that I have filmed. Thank you so much for joining me and watching the video. If you haven't already, if you could like and subscribe, I'd much appreciate it. And come and join me again next time for whatever's going on and whatever painting that I work on in the next week or so. In the meantime, have a great week, have a great weekend, take care of yourself, and thanks for watching. Bye guys.